Welcome back to Sims Complete. I'm your host, Matt Sims, alongside Phil Sims. Jayden Daniels, the now starting quarterback for the Washington Commanders. We kind of knew for a long time that he was going to be the starter. And, your thoughts on how he performed against the Miami Dolphins there in his limited action, but still pretty solid performance.
Yeah, listen, it was he is Mr. Smooth. I mean, he is too cool. What do they say? He's too cool for school.
Yeah.
And I mean it. I've never seen, he might be the most relaxed damn quarterback in the NFL already.
Yeah.
It is. And, because this is interesting. He has great running ability, but he plays the passing game like a veteran quarterback who can't run.
Right.
And does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
I mean, that's what he makes quick decisions. He can get the football out of his hands like that. I mean, he's got a quick.
And this is who I was talking about, too, in comparison to Justin Fields, has quadrupled the amount of reps. And yet I don't see that natural instinct. And then here's Jayden Daniels. The first 2 or 3 plays into it, I was like, wow, that was a decisive decision. It was well covered, but he just pinned it on the outside shoulder, threw it away from the defender. The receiver had no choice but to catch it. And I was just like, man, this guy, like you said, the first thing that I wrote was just smooth, makes it look easy, accurate, powerful, so deceivingly powerful again, too, with his arm because of how quick his release is.
And he throws it, you look at it and you got to be careful how you see it on TV or even as we watch these guys closely on tape.
Yeah.
That, it's a low throw for a reason because that's where he wants it to be careful and he wants to protect the receiver.
Right.
And I would say he made, I should have made some numbers there. I would say he made 3 or 4 of those in the game where he threw it low and I went, oh, they threw that one low. Then I'd watch it and I go, oh, well, I see why. I mean, he threw it there on purpose.
There was only one to the tight end over the middle on the little play action pass that they had where he probably didn't want to throw it as low as he did.
Yeah.
But it did kind of show you just kind of how quick he can go from fake to getting the football out. So I thought that was really impressive. The one play that I think too kind of shows you what it can be for them and why they can be a pain in the butt to defend. There they are on 2nd and 4, and they're in a situation where all right, it could be a pass, it could be a run. They're in a mixed formation, right, with the tight end, and they do a little read on the defensive end. He pulls it and scampers for about 12 to 15 yards, and it looked really easy. So that's where I get really excited for just how simple he can make the game. And I also made this note too. I mean, Kliff Kingsbury, he's going to line up in 3-by-1 formation more than any other quarterback coordinator combination in the history of the game, because I think it really just allows Jayden to kind of see the defense a little bit more clearly for him to make these quick decisions.
Yeah. I think when you see it, just for anybody listening, when you put 2 receivers on each side, sometimes it can be harder to determine what you want to do with the play.
Right.
Is that what you're saying? Right.
Yeah.
3-by-1, when you get 3 on one side, 1 on the other, they kind of have to declare.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you can see, but too, when he runs, man, he even does that easy. It doesn't look like he puts any effort into it. He just strides out there and goes. And Kliff Kingsbury, he had Kyler Murray, but now he's got a totally different quarterback that's every bit as good a runner, the speed, but who plays quarterback like he can't run.
And this was the first thing that I said to myself too as I was watching, because I've been very critical of Kliff Kingsbury, and him being, the offensive coordinator in Washington. I was like, all right, I've seen this offense, it didn't do that well last time around. I don't know why we're expecting it to be different. And, this guy is just different, this quarterback. And I think this quarterback will make Kliff look that much better because he can just drop back and throw it more consistently and more accurately than what we saw. He looks, his feel for the game, like you said, supernatural, looked very comfortable, not overwhelmed at all. He's got great foundation with his feet when he's dropping back. He's always in a great position to throw, and he's got great knee bend, so he's got great power as he drives off his back foot through the throw. And that's where I got just man, this dude, already looks like a vet. So
yeah, he
really,
does.
really exciting for the Commanders. Really excited for just the NFC East in general as a division now. Like it's just a great division. It's one of my favorites, obviously, because of our background, right? But just Dan Quinn and them really hit a home run, I think, with Jayden Daniels and what we've seen so far.
Well, they didn't hit the home run; it was given to them. Okay, so but I'll just say this about most of these young quarterbacks. The one thing we're seeing, and I heard the Tom Brady comments and all that, and right. I disagree that you're just throwing them into this. One, they're going to play because they're the most talented quarterback on the team.
Right.
It's not like they got a backup. Oh, we're just playing him because we drafted. No, these guys have the talent and the experience. It's the number of throws, Matt, that they are getting in college that's making the transition, I think, a little easier. Yeah. And not only that, of course, we talked about the quarterback position, how it just keeps elevating because, I think the Patrick Mahomes many years ago, I really think that's changed the landscape, how they all practice, throw, play, train. And these young guys, J.J. McCarthy, he was going to be the starter up in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And right. I was
excited for it. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw him on the football field and I go, oh my God, he looks like he looked like a pro right away. And I know it's going to be rough for a lot of these guys, but man, their experience, it really shows when you watch them play in these games. And like I've already said, well, we're going to have some big rough spots through the year, but
of course,
a lot of talented quarterbacks coming in the league for the NFL.
And now going to the number 1 overall pick and Caleb Williams for the Bears. Overall, I think for his performance against the Cincinnati Bengals, was pretty solid. It wasn't, maybe as clean as Jayden Daniels.
No, not close.
And it's hard to do that. He was 6 of 13 for 75 yards. But what I think you see here again is that even on days like this, where against Cincinnati, he struggles, he still made 3 or 4 like, whoa, that was an amazing play. That was something that, not a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL are going to make those throws or those plays. So I think that's what's like exciting for the Chicago Bears in this situation. Even though he didn't play super clean, I think overall you can see that he played really bad, but damn, he made the 2 or 3 plays that we needed to win the game when we needed it, and I think that's a big thing for us. For Caleb, I thought a few times in the game, just like a little jumpy in the pocket, thought he moved up into the pocket a little bit too aggressively, too often, and that got him into trouble, where he's just got to learn to just get a little bit more comfortable with I'm protected. I don't need to move anywhere. Just kind of standing in that sweet spot in the middle of the pocket and not, moving into trouble. But the scrambling, the throwing on the run, the throw to Rome Odunze was phenomenal. Overall, I think he's seeing the field decently well. I didn't think he saw it as well as he did the week before, but I think overall, you do see a lot of good signs for why Caleb Williams is a dynamic playmaker for you as really a thrower too. The biggest thing compared to what you had with Justin Fields a year ago.
Yeah, I want to tell him, take a deep breath and let it out. And let's relax a little more.
Right.
Because some of those plays we say, they were great to watch. I'm giving a lot of credit. I saw him do it. I'm not surprised. I saw him do it in college, so it doesn't surprise me to see him do it in the NFL field.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, there's going to be some of those in games where he'll do it, but there's going to be weeks he won't have one opportunity to try to break right, turn around, go this way, run to the left, and put that one hand on the ball, which he is fabulous doing, running and throwing that perfect pass down the left sideline. That was great. And then he had the one where he goes right and throws the back of the end zone. I forgot who the receiver was.
To Rome Odunze. Yeah.
His feet were out of bounds. Yeah. So that was gone. And the scramble for the touchdown was also awesome too.
Right.
But overall, I'm not going to say I was disappointed, but it was just, it was a little too much of that.
Yeah.
I need to see, what's the old saying? We got to hit all the routine plays.
Yeah, just make the simple stuff, And
whatever the give assist, let's do it.
Where he moved up in the pocket and guy is wide open to the sideline there.
I know the play.
Kind of ran like a sail route, and he tried to, kind of make like a highlight reel type of play where it's just like, dude, move up, get your feet in the ground, and rip it in there. No more of these just like, oh, let me just arm it and throw it, and he got away with it. But that's like, those are the type of plays where like, all right, like start to take some of those plays away from your game just a little bit for right now, and just develop like just good habits, keeping it simple, because he was open, it was there, and we expect all 32 starters in the NFL to make that completion, and he missed it pretty significantly.
Yeah. So, well, you know what? The learning process is almost over for them. They're going to graduate, and we're going to see him in action here real soon.
Yeah.
And, again, try not to overjudge these preseason games with all these quarterbacks, all these young quarterbacks, but knowing that the real games, it's just going to be different. And it as a player, I always felt it too. Preseason was pretty wicked when we played.
Yeah.
And of course, when the season start, everything you do during the preseason, we're talking so much about it, and they're just judging every play on TV. And I understand it's all going to be wiped out after this weekend.
Yeah.
Then it's going to be, well, we don't care what happened in the preseason.
That's right.
That'll be everybody talking. Well, it doesn't matter. Now it's about what's going forward, and that's how it is, and that's the truth. So
for sure.
It's going to be fun. Anything else? Anybody, other guys we need to talk about?
Yeah, we got a few other guys to talk about that player. But yeah, that's all we got for Caleb Williams, really. But overall, like, just, I also want to just mention, like, just what they're trying to do with their offense. It looks like they're trying to mix in a little of everything: under center, shotgun, multiple formations, play actions, putting Rome Odunze in really helpful situations too, to get him free releases, to get him matched up with guys that he matches up well. He looks fast in the football field too, and compared to Jayden Daniels, 3-by-1 formation, shotgun every play. That's it. But, so we'll see kind of how like those things play out. Going now to Drake Maye, the first-round quarterback for the New England Patriots, and just his performance from the preseason. What do you think, big guy, after seeing Drake Maye for the second time this preseason?
Well, listen, it was better than the first game. He made one play. I think I saw it 9,000 times in the telecast. And it's been all over the one play. Well, the guy went under, whatever, but he hit the second read, and he's whatever.
Right.
I'm not going to go, but it was a nice play. But my God, it wasn't the winning play of the Super Bowl. And everybody was excited about it. I understand he did have a long pass down the field that could have been caught, but it wasn't. But I think he did look a little better. I got to tell you, what are they doing? Let him get some throws in.
Yeah.
Like we said, when the preseason's over, it's wiped away. Get some throws. I mean, I would have thought, after this, the struggles are not looking the way you want the first preseason game. I was expecting Drake Maye to get about 25 throws in the game.
Yeah.
But it just seems like they're so afraid to just let it go.
Yeah.
And they're doing him a disservice. It'll be interesting to see. Probably will play. It sounds like he might play in this third preseason game, and they haven't decided on the starting quarterback. So that'll be interesting. I think he still has a chance to be the starter. Jacoby Brissett has not looked sharp.
You think Drake Maye still could be the starter for the New England Patriots?
Well, they haven't named a starter.
Oh my God! Don't start Drake Maye as your starting quarterback.
No, he's not ready.
He is 6'11" for 47 yards. Yes, he threw the big in cut over the middle after going through his progression. It was a great play, good read, in rhythm, all that. But there are so many other plays too where just like it's a little bit of the Justin Fields thing again. It's a lot of work. It's not really matched up. I feel like he's not quite in sync with like what they're trying to do offensively yet. There was 3 or 4 plays that I marked down where, I saw the play concept, tried to kind of envision what it was that the read was. And I don't think that he was looking anywhere in the vicinity of where he should have been looking. And that's like a scary thought to think that, day one, we're just going to roll him out there and see what happens. So, does he show some good athleticism? Absolutely. Does he show the good pocket presence occasionally in the movement? He looks athletic, no doubt. The deep ball was beautiful. You're absolutely right. That's when his motion looks the cleanest to me, right? You
deep
mentioned
balls.
this.
Yes.
The deep ball throwing is like one of his skill sets that's great. Threw a great fade to the left that was dropped, but it was a little close to the sideline. Probably would have been incomplete anyway. The post was a great throw, but overall, man, it's just like it still just looks like a lot of work, and there still needs to be some rust that's just taken off of this guy's game a little bit as far as getting ready for the NFL game. But you're right. I don't think Jacoby Brissett necessarily played well or made great decisions either. So, it could be some time to learn for this offense to kind of grow in and find what their identity is. Because so far the quarterback performances have been very underwhelming. And I thought Joe Milton, damn, man, you had a few snaps that were really good, but it was a little bit of like Tennessee again, though, too. Like there's others where it's like you can't throw a check down to a running back 500 miles per hour. First of all, you're going to kill him with the throw. Second of all, you're going to throw an interception. It's just like, dude, just take a little bit off of it, So, overall, Patriots, they definitely, there's going to be some growing pains for the quarterback in this offense here early in the season, I believe.
Well, here we go. You said it right. Drake Maye, when he's on the run, it looks easy. To me, he looks smooth doing that on the run, throwing the football. I saw that in North Carolina, right? And I see it when he throws it down the field. It's better for him too. And I mean, that's one of his strengths. On the run and in the pocket, he can loft the ball up in the air a long way. It's beautiful, all those things, and it's smooth.
Yeah.
It looks like when anytime he's in the pocket, a lot of times I feel like it's so segmented. It's just there's just the rhythm is not quite there. Let's put it that way.
Right.
And so we saw that in college. We talked about it a lot this offseason, and I've seen it in these two games.
Yeah.
Well, I can't even explain it. It's like throw the ball. Hey, boom. Oh, boom. Instead of just there it is.
Yeah, there's almost like a double clutching or like a segmented throw where it seems very mechanical at times, very unnatural,
does it a couple times every game.
Yeah, every game, he
did it a couple times.
And they're easy throws too. So I don't know if he's like trying to place them. It's just like, come on, step turn or just let it go, man. Just rip it out there, not rip it out there, but you know what I mean? Just like get through the throw, just follow through it. So
time and just if you keep throwing it enough.
But 11 reps in a preseason game isn't going to get it done for your young cat to be ready to go. So I don't know what the Patriots are thinking, but hey, if it's not going great in camp, so what? Like work through it. You got to get this kid more reps and more preparation than what they've been doing so far.
Matt, you bring up a great point. I think, too, they worry too much about perception from the fans. And I know. And what's the media going to say? So they're out there, and you're defeating the purpose of what we want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't even have these scrimmages with another team, and it's just, so-and-so looked terrible, and he went, and they give the numbers, and it's damn. It just can they do some of these scrimmages with nobody around so they can just actually do stuff that can help their team and help their damn quarterbacks? And it's pretty amazing. But Drake Maye, he needs time. You're right, and
he's not ready. He's not
even
ready.
Though they're saying it. I'm not. I shouldn't insinuate that he could win the starting job. I can't imagine it wouldn't be Jacoby Brissett. But again, you said it, and I'm saying it. He's been borderline terrible these first two games.
I mean, I'm sorry. He's not playing great football right now. He's not playing good, solid starting quarterback football. And, I don't know. It could be a lot of things. But overall, I just think that whole quarterback room, everyone needs to step up their game. Everyone needs to make some of these more routine plays look easier and more rhythmic. The offense, I think, is actually – it looks pretty decent for the preseason. Like it looks like they're putting them in pretty decent situations, to be successful. And, they're just not executing and getting it done at the moment. So, Patriots, Steelers, man, really nervous about the quarterback situations and the offense and kind of just what the direction that they're going into. Caleb Williams, hey, let's tighten it up. Let's kind of fine tune some of our skill set and not play too, just off the wall all the time. Jayden Daniels, damn, you're a vet. Bo Nix, wow, you look super confident and like ready to go. And Daniel Jones got some rust off, got back into game speed, saw some of his talent, saw some of the things that, we haven't liked about his game, but still optimistic because, hey, we're Giants fans. And then Tua, they built the offense around him. He operated really well. And, hey, let that Brian Flores crap go, man. You won the war. The team picked you over them. So don't worry,
Yeah, I don't think he is. It's all over now. That's good. So.
All right, so that's all we got, Big Phil.
Yeah, no, last thing.
Okay, go.
Yeah, I'm going to just give Hendon Hooker a little something here. I thought he played much better against the Kansas City Chiefs, and I saw what he did against the Giants, even though against the Giants it was limited. Just warming up the scrimmage, the 2 scrimmage days they had. Didn't like what I saw there. I thought he really was a different looking guy in the game. His presence was better. He overall, once he kind of got into the game, he made good decisions, made some good throws. So I would think Detroit's got to go, oh, okay, we moved forward quite a bit in a week with him. And he's another one. If I was Detroit, I might think about playing him the whole game, the 3rd game.
Oh yeah,
because you don't want Nate Sudfeld to get nicked up, and of course Jared Goff. There's no way. Just play him the whole game and give him as many throws and situations and whatever you can.
Yeah,
and see what he does with it. So,
yeah, I agree. I like that thought a lot. Nate Sudfeld was 14 to 27 for 196, a touchdown and interception. Yeah, he's been a little shaky in the preseason. And then Hendon Hooker, like you said, really improved from a week ago.
Yeah,
and then coming back, obviously, from the concussion too. Glad that he's out there healthy. 12 to 15 for 150. Average 10 yards a throw. So that was pretty good with a quarterback rating of 108, because we know you love the quarterback rating.
Oh, I've never looked at one ever in my life, and I never will. But the last thing, so I did watch Tennessee. I'm going to do it quick.
Yeah.
Malik Willis got Callahan as the new coach. I said, will this fit for what he has turned into? I couldn't believe it. I just thought he looked so much better.
Right.
In the pocket, making reads, made some really good throws, and scrambled. I can't remember if he scrambled for 1 or 2 good runs or whatever, but it was good. And Mason Rudolph, knows how to run the offense, gets rid of the football, another good decision guy. And it was interesting how they played him, Matt. They played him, took him out, and brought him back into the game.
Oh, really?
So they broke it up for the 2 quarterbacks. But overall, I kind of like them both. Tennessee's got to feel pretty good that they have somebody to back up Will Levis. And,
that's great. That was one game I didn't watch, so I was glad that you mentioned that too. And now I am looking forward to kind of checking it out.
But the one that caught me, Malik Willis, really caught me because we've seen him for 2 preseasons where it's dropped back and he's just watching the rush and he takes off running, and you go, wow, that's great, but that's not going to work during the game and when the real guys get out there. But watching him now, totally different. Couldn't believe it when I watched him. So good for him and good for Tennessee. And, Brian Callahan down there, just saying, look, you want to survive, you better do what we're doing here. and that Cincinnati offense, it's a good one to duplicate if you can. Yeah. So it looks like they're trying to do it down there in Tennessee.
Yeah, and Big Phil, you're a huge fan of Coach Callahan and what he's done throughout his career, and really just what he does for his players. So no shock either that really good coach able to help this young player kind of find his footing and where he needs to go to survive in the NFL.
And he's got his dad with him. How great is that?
Yeah.
Can you imagine him walking in? Dad, what the hell are you doing? Got to yell at you because you yelled at me a lot as a kid.
That's right.
I don't know. Yeah. Oh, his father's a good dude, great dude.
Yeah.
So so a good match down there. And they're really changing, as you think of Tennessee and why they hired him. They're into the new world. We're going to be an explosive. Let's get the ball. We're going to throw it. Yeah, we still want to run it, but we're not going to just live and die with the run game. We're going to do both and be good at both. And you can kind of see that already. So it's going to be interesting to follow them this year too.
Yeah, it will. And that interesting AFC South, really not sure what to expect really from that division. So really looking forward to that and seeing who really does kind of rise to the occasion and performs extremely well this season. That's all we got though for today. Almost went an hour. Well, we just went an hour. So we might have to break this down into 2 segments, but as always, it's a pleasure, Big Phil. Follow Big Phil at Phil Sims, QB11 on Instagram, on Twitter. Check out us wherever podcasts are available. Sims Complete. check out our YouTube page, and also we're also available, on the Believe Network YouTube page as well if you want to check out our videos. And looking forward to breaking down preseason week 3 leading into the NFL season.
Okay.
All right, you the man. Big
all right, good stuff. Anyway, all right.
Yep. See you next time, player.
See you, everybody.
All right.